So, in the wake of the first debate, left-wing media is spreading the myth that Donald Trump refused to disavow white supremacists. They're doing this by showing that he told the Proud Boys to, quote, stand back and stand by, unquote, which did sound like a wait-and-see order. Problem is, the Proud Boys are not white supremacists. But you know the left never wants to let facts interfere with their narratives. So who are these guys? The Proud Boys come out of a Gavin McInnes joke with a staff member at his comedy show. Here's Anthony Cumia of Opie and Anthony fame telling Joe Rogan how it started.
I know Gavin very well. He used to be on Compound Media, my network, and that's where the whole thing started.
Explain how it all started. Explain how it all started, because people don't know.
Gavin had a show, very outrageous. Gavin is one of these, just a funny, outrageous guy. His whole career has been based on satire and parody and
he's very much a provocateur.
Right, provocateur. Absolutely.
Loves doing that.
Yeah, loves shaking people up.
It's hard to find out how he really feels and when he's playing games.
Right.
It's very blurry.
Absolutely. So we had this employee, Ben Ratner. Little kid, we actually hired him just because his name was Ratner, and we wanted to call him Rat, like in Fast Times. Hey, Rat, why don't you turn on the camera? So it was great. Rat never talked about girls. He's like this really Jewish, real red hair, kind of gangly, kid, and He liked going to Broadway shows and things, and we always questioned his sexuality and whatnot. So Gavin would continuously goof on him. So he would always go to Broadway plays. So Gavin started getting music from musicals and playing it to him, like, "Hey, look at this, you pussy. Is this what you like?" And one of them was "Proud of Your Boy." So he goofed on him about that, and then said, "We ought to make a club called the Proud Boys." And that way you can learn how to be a man. And, you'll get chicks and tattoos and, drink beer and hang out with guys. As a joke, it was like this parody of a men's club.
Here's McInnes elaborating. Notice that he's wearing the Proud Boys uniform, which is itself a goof on masculinity. Macho guys wearing a designer polo shirt.
I started a men's club called the Proud Boys, and we have one caveat, and that is you have to be a Western chauvinist. Now, liberals are lazy, so they hear the word chauvinist and they assume male chauvinist, and that's why I use that word, because they're too lazy to look it up, and it just means a nationalist, a patriot. And you have to think the West is the best. And it exploded. There's thousands of members all over the world. There's Proud Boys Africa. There's Proud Boys Japan. We've got about 5 different divisions in Australia. And I just made it up. Like we're called Proud Boys because I went to one of my kids' music recitals and some ponce got up there, and while everyone's playing the piano and the violin and doing stuff they tried, he gets up and he goes, "Proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your boy." It's some song from Aladdin. And I was looking around for the dad because I thought there's no way this dad is proud of his boy. And of course, he was the child of a single mom. Duh. His mother told him, "Yeah, sing a song. That's a talent." And there was no dad to say, "No, you're not. Play the piano, for Christ's sakes." So we made up these rules. There's, just like the Knights of Columbus, there's first degree, second degree, third degree. What's the second degree, Gav? And I went, you have to get beaten up by 5 men. For how long? Until you can name 5 breakfast cereals. Done. Third degree. What's the third degree, Gav? You have to quit porn and get a tattoo. Done. It's massive.
It was satire, but also a commentary on soy boys and the general demasculinization of men by feminists who raise so many confused boys. McInnes doesn't say so, but if you ask me, the movie Fight Club is also a key influence. And just like Fight Club, the Proud Boys spread all over the place, and there was nothing that McInnes could do to control it. Why? because the progressives running Twitter and Facebook and YouTube deplatformed him. They made him a martyr while making sure that he could no longer control the direction of the Proud Boys. But they have kept to the role of protector, and all races are welcome. As he has made clear, his little men's club started fighting Antifa after they were attacked and he was pepper sprayed by Antifa. So different Proud Boys chapters started showing up and making sure that the hard left bullies didn't beat people up. Here's Rogan again, an avowed left-winger, to express his own surprise that the violence in recent years has come from the left.
These people have this idea that they're going to go places, they're going to shut everybody down, and because they're in a group, they're going to scream and yell and hit people with bike locks and all this stuff that we've all seen. The weird thing is that that's from the left. That was never from the left before. When I was a kid, I grew up when I was from age 7 to 11 during the Vietnam War. I lived in San Francisco, and I was around the real hippies. And I remember being a little kid in my formative times, like, they were flower children. I mean, they were the hippies and the lefties were love and peace and no violence, and everyone was doing acid. Okay? And now they're all on Adderall and they're hitting people with bike locks.
Thanks, Joe. You're saying what so many others on the left, Sam Harris, Brett Weinstein, Heather Heying, Matt Taibbi, and many others have been saying. This current trend toward violence is coming at the right, not from the right. We all heard what Trump was trying to say at the debate.
Sure, are you prepared to specifically do it? Well, go ahead, I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing.
On social media, my liberal friends pretty much buy the white supremacist slander that the left has been hanging on conservatives for many years. They don't think I'm one, just everybody else. Patriot's Prayer and the Proud Boys get tossed into that category just like the Tea Party did. I wonder what my liberal friends would say to this gentleman. This is a year before Antifa teamed with BLM over George Floyd. This was just after Andy Ngo, an Asian, was so viciously attacked by Antifa.
I have with me one of the chairmen of Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, who is here. Why did you come to Portland? Why was this brought forward? Because I do want to mention the fact that Joe Biggs said some pretty violent stuff on Twitter before, saying death to Antifa, bring your guns, and that really ratcheted things up and made people feel very nervous here that there was going to be violence brought by your group, to this city.
Okay, so first and foremost, we came over here to raise awareness for domestic terrorism. Now, that's not just for Antifa. That includes the shooting that happened in El Paso, the shooting that happened in Dayton, Ohio, the attempted firebombing in Tacoma, Washington, and the shooting at the ICE facility in San Antonio. I mean, I could go on, but that's what we came here to do. We've been planning this for 2 months. The straw that broke the camel's back was the attack on Andy Ngo, an independent journalist that was just trying to document Antifa, and he got brain hemorrhage from it. So
and I just want to mention that was in June, so just a month ago. But before that, in May, there was another melee, if you will, and some of the members of a right group that follows you guys and that tends to show up for these things, Patriot Prayer, one of their people just got arrested, turned himself in, Joey Gibson, for rioting. And so do you think this is a problem that both the right-wing groups and the left bring to the fore?
Absolutely not, especially here in Oregon. You have Patriot Prayer that went to go practice their First Amendment rights. If you look at that video, Joey was spit on, pepper sprayed. I think Ted Wheeler needs an axe to grind, and we're not going to be that group. So that's why we came here today.
And explain to me, I don't understand why you're showing up. Is it to antagonize the mayor or the city? Because there are people here, people of color in particular, who I've talked to that feel like they're being terrorized because of some of the language that is used by groups like yours against them. And you all have a history also in Manhattan. There's a case right now where there's videos out there of 10 members of your group or people that are around your group
they went ahead and they
that's not the way the city.
That's fine.
That's not the way the city sees it.
The political powers of the governor and the mayor of New York, same thing that Ted Wheeler wants to do. I've had an open communication, open dialogue with Portland PD for the past month. And then here we are. There was 2 different stories. There was Portland PD's story and Ted Wheeler's story. And again, Ted Wheeler needed an axe to grind. So what we did is our message was bold today. Our message wasn't, we didn't stay there. We didn't antagonize anybody. We held our hands in prayer. We bent a knee. And then we went ahead and we left. We sent our message with zero violence.
What is the message that you are trying to send? Because a lot of people see the message as one of intolerance, xenophobia, racism. What is the message that you are trying to actually send?
Just a second ago, you mentioned people of color, right?
Yeah.
And you said, and I'm a person of color, right? I'm Cuban, right? My family, 2 of my family members got killed in Castro's regime.
Whether you believe that Antifa is a flash in the pan or the storm front of a real and serious threat to the Republic, it's pretty clear that the violence started on the left, and that the Proud Boys was and is a defensive group not tied to white supremacists. But let's end on a friendly note, shall we? We're all in this together.
Proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your boy. Believe me, better.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications.